The problem we face in the treatment of GIST today is, how do we go forward? What are the next drug therapies? Is there a drug? And how do we evaluate that treatment? So to tackle this, we at Columbia have partnered with the group Life Raft, or the largest patient advocacy group in the country, for the treatment of patients with GI stromal tumors. It is an opportunity that will now transform the field of medical oncology. But more importantly, it represents the first partnership between Life Raft and a major university for the treatment and cure of patients with GIST.
We all want to find the cure for cancer that is going to be the silver bullet, that every cancer will respond to it. Unfortunately, there is no such thing. And so right now we work with genetics, we work with immunotherapy, and made great contribution, but there's still a tremendous amount of additional space that we need to explore, and we need to find approaches that are complementary. So the master regulator approach is a complementary approach where instead of looking at the genes that initiate the tumor, we look at the genes that maintain the tumor state. It's a little bit like thinking of having a set of people that are holding somebody so that they can't move, and that thing that can move is the cancer cell, and that's why the cancer cell is so resistant to drug therapy. If you destabilize the people that are holding that person, then all of a sudden they're free to move, and maybe we can get access to it and get rid of the cancer cell. This is groundbreaking because the reality is that accessing samples and patients for these very rare diseases we're talking about, in this case, imatinib-resistant GIST, it's a type of sarcoma, is extremely difficult. And Life Raft has created an extraordinary repository of tissues that have now been transferred to Columbia and which we have already analyzed. And so this allows us to essentially pre-identify all the drugs that would be optimally suited to design a clinical trial.
It makes us all stronger to pool all of the resources that we have together at one point in time. And I agree, we need resources. We need patients to provide tissue. We need organizations like us to pull clinical data together over time. And obviously we need funds as well. But the difference here is that we're really at a cutting edge. We're really almost at the point where we think we can make a critical difference in the way cancer patients are treated, and it's exciting.
And for patients who really have failed all the conventional options and are in really desperate need of new drugs, new therapies, and new directions how to treat them.
I think we actually owe it to the patients to take to heart their needs of not being told there's nothing we can do about your cancer. And sometimes in order to do something, you really need to push the envelope and go beyond what the current clinical practice allows. That's how you will discover the next wave of approaches that may work. And I know we have personal experience also with patients that were told no, and for which now entire novel therapies have been developed and are now being launched in clinical trials. And this, I think, is an extraordinary opportunity to make that happen for GIST sarcoma.
Now, to be successful, we need your help. We need funding, we need support.